Excerpt from The World Has an E-Waste Problem. As a tech-hungry nation gets ready to upgrade to the next generation of lightning-fast 5G devices, there is a surprising environmental cost to be reckoned with, a fresh mountain of obsolete gadgets. About 6 million pounds of discarded electronics are already processed monthly at a recycling plant. Workers with hammers hack at the bulkiest devices. The scene is like a twisted movie with doomed gadgets riding an unrelenting conveyor belt. Okay, this first paragraph is identifying a problem. Paragraph 2, in our society, we always have to have the best new product. Alan Bloom, the co-founder and chief operating officer of ERI, on a tour of the facility. Americans spent $71 billion on telephone and communication equipment in 2017, nearly 5 times what they spent in 2010. When we buy something new, we get rid of what's old. That cycle of consumption has made electronics waste the world's fastest growing solid waste stream. That stream is expected to turn into a torrent. So paragraph 2 says there's a lot of growth in this environmental waste, and it's going to grow even more. As we upgrade to 5G, the next big step in wireless technology, 5G promises faster speeds and other benefits, but contrasting, the experts say it will also result in a dramatic increase in e-waste as millions of smartphones, modems, and other gadgets incompatible with 5G are made obsolete. I don't think people understand the magnitude of the transition, says co-founder of ERI, John Shagarian. This is bigger than the change of black and white to color, bigger than analog to digital by many multitudes. Okay, so far we know that this is a growing problem, and it's going to grow even more. Less than a quarter of all U.S. electronic waste is recycled. Unfortunately, this is saying paragraph 4, we don't recycle our current waste, according to the UN. The rest is incinerated and ends up in landfills. That's bad news. Why? Because e-waste contains harmful materials like mercury, beryllium. Part of the problem is regulatory. In only 19 states, laws ban electronics from the regular trash, so less than 40% of the states. Even when e-waste rules exist, it's left up to consumers to handle their old devices properly. But, contrasting, I guess they don't. Recycling them can be a pain. Rather than just drop a used phone in a bin outside their homes, lots of people have to take their electronics to a store, which may pay them for it, but also could charge them to get rid of it. Many consumers, paralyzed by the hassle or put off by the expense, simply throw their devices into the trash, hoping they'll just disappear. One solution is to make electronics last as long as they did. At ERI's facility, Sherigan showed Time dozens of televisions from the 70s and 80s that stopped working only recently. Yet instead, technology companies are speeding the pace of obsolescence. Most smartphone batteries can't easily be replaced, and they stop holding a charge. New laptops don't accept old cables, etc. It's a strategy by manufacturers to force us into shorter and shorter upgrade cycles. Some environmental groups say multi-billion-dollar companies should pick up the cost of recycling devices they sell. Some companies are already increasing their recycling efforts. Okay, so what do we get from this? Main idea. That's the topic, and why is this topic interesting? Why is the author telling us about it? The topic is recycling electronic waste. And the reason the author is telling us about it is because it's a problem, and it will be an even greater growing problem in the future. And these phones, the waste, cause environmental damage. So we can see the progression of ideas built up. Paragraph 1, it's a problem. Paragraph 2, it's a growing problem. Paragraph 3, it's going to grow even further in the future. Paragraph 4, we can't really handle or recycle what we do now. Yes, there's some regulation, but not very much. Paragraph 5. And 6, even when there is regulation, people just don't follow recycling very well. 7, there are solutions. One is simply to make the electronics last longer so they don't have to be recycled at all or go bad and obsolete. And 8 says, well, maybe the companies themselves that manufacture the devices should take on some of the cost. Some companies are already taking responsibility. So that's essentially the summary of the passage. We kind of know the main idea, what's the topic, what's interesting about the topic. We kind of understand the progression of ideas of the paragraph, how the author develops his point, and we kind of understand the point of view. This is written as an informative essay from a third-person point of view. With that information, let's go tackle the questions.